So my name is Nate Walsh. I'm the winemaker at Sunset Hills Vineyard. The 2011 vintage for us was, the first half at least, from the winter into spring, was actually quite wonderful as far as a lot of the weather around then affecting fruit set, potential crop loads, the potential or lack thereof for disease was actually very good. And then when we hit August through about Halloween was pretty dismal. We had hurricanes Irene and Lee came through, and we had a lot of tropical storms that sat on top of the Gulf and just laid rain over most of Virginia, certainly Loudoun County, for most of our ripening season. So making it, very difficult to get fruit as ripe as we need it through, photosynthesis isn't happening at the rate we need it when the sun is never out and when it's constantly raining. So our approach to still getting ripe fruit and making quality wine was to give the vineyards the time they needed to ripen. So often that meant 3 weeks longer than normal, or even a month longer than normal, let's say for a Chardonnay. And the downside to that being that you get a lot of rot, mold, and mildew problems in the vineyard, which we did in all of our vineyards. And we went through sometimes twice, sometimes once pre-harvest to drop all the fruit that was unsound, is what we call it, the fruit that you couldn't make good wine out of. And then immediately after dropping the fruit to the ground, we went through and picked the nice fruit, and we do pretty glacial sorting before anything hits any of our fermentation tanks or the press, so that what gets in there, so we cull out any bad fruit before it gets into our fermentation tanks or press. So then once everything's in the cellar, we don't have the concerns of botrytis or rotten fruit, and we can still produce a wine that we're proud of and is kind of rises above some of the problems we had for the